Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's meeting. Any apologies? It should be none, no. Any declarations of interest?
Chair, Councillor Connors declared a personal interest in item number 2 as a member of the Parks Board.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a non-key decision. It's called in Cabinet decision, shaping a new future for Knowsley Parks, the report of the Knowsley Parks and Green Spaces Board, pages 1 to 92. Just to remind everyone, Cabinet took a decision on the 28th of November 2017 in respect of the future of Knowsley Parks and Green Spaces. This decision was subsequently called in and considered by the Sustainable Borough Scrutiny Committee on the 19th of December 2017. The Scrutiny Committee made a number of recommendations to the for the Cabinet to consider. I want to emphasise this fact. After we've had our deliberations today and considered these recommendations, the decision that we make today will be final and will come into immediate effect. Sean, as the Vice Chairperson of the Sustainable Borough Scrutiny Committee and the person that called it in, can you bring your recommendations to the Cabinet? Thanks, Sean.
Thank you, Chair. As outlined in Appendix E of the report pack, page 59, I submitted a call-in request under 4 reasons on the 28th of November. The committee of the Sustainable Borough Committee met on the 19th of December, which lasted 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I'd like to thank the officer and Councillor Connor for attending and answering all the questions and providing supplementary information to the committee after that date. Members of Cabinet and members of the public were able to watch that full Cabinet on the YouTube site on the 20th of December, and report in the report pack Appendix H 91 to 92 outlines the recommendations from the Sustainable Borough Committee. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Sean. Eddie, I believe you're going to respond on our behalf.
Thank you very much, Chair. Thank you, and can I first thank the Chair and the Committee for the report and the recommendations. I believe it was I was there, so it was a really thorough meeting, and a lot of questions were asked. There was, as has been said, there were 4 recommendations, and I'd just like to make it very quickly run through just reasons and possibly the response to each of them. They'll be very short because they're all printed out for those people who wish to read them. Thank you. One of the main questions was the robustness of the case, the business case, and the Cabinet has instructed the Executive of Place to prepare an outline business case which will be scrutinised in June in advance of the full business case, which will be considered by the Cabinet in November. The decision reached by the Cabinet on the 28th of December 2017 requires the Executive Director of Place to test the viability of the establishment of the Knowsley Parks Trust and its future sustainability from financial, commercial, legal and the stakeholder engagement perspectives. And we believe that will be done. We wanted the clarity to be provided for the implications for the workforce, and I believe that we have done that. And with the help of the unions, the Cabinet acknowledged the correspondence received from our trade union colleagues, and they welcomed their views with regards to the recommendations from the Independent Review Board and the options that they presented to the Cabinet. Agreed that while these options are not quite perfect for us, it comes close to the suggestions made by our trade unions in protecting services and jobs. Further consultation and negotiation will take place as the business plan is developed. The management risk around funding elements of the proposal. We as a council and we as a Cabinet, it's not that we're worried about risk. We believe risk is something you have to take, not because you think something's going to fail, but because you believe it's going to be successful. And that is a really important part of what we do. And and there's also the, the management idea about the funding. We, like everybody else, have asked our executive directors to look at these things and bring them back, and that's why, as the leader says, there's going to be progress to June, then progress after June to November, so that we can check on everything that we do. And then we were talking about whether we had engagement with the ward members, the parish councils. These are all things that, as the on all the sites, these were things that were going forward from the year that we started with the independent board. We have discussed things as much as we can with everyone we can, but that is not finished. That will continue through the rest of this year, so that with our discussions and people's recommendations and people's what they think will come to the board, and we will understand that. And I think that covers really what the replies to the 4 questions that we had. And I just wish to emphasise, particularly to the people in the public gallery, is that we are fully aware of the community sensitivity regarding these difficult decisions. Indeed, we would not even be making these type of decisions if the Lib Dem and Conservative coalition and this current government had not ripped £100 million away from our budget since 2010. We absolutely love our parks and green spaces, as you can tell by the fact that we've still got 18 green flags, when lots of councils now have abandoned all the green flag parks. We recognise the challenge, that it's going to be very difficult, and this decision has been very difficult, and we understand that our community is worried, and that's why we're trying to take the community with us, and that's why it's in a phased run, and that we're trying to bring this to June and then to November, and then the final decision will be made when we have lots more information. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eddie. Any other comments? Chris?
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to say I welcome the input from scrutiny at this early stage of the process, and I look forward to their continued involvement as we move along this journey of protecting the parks and green spaces for the future generations. While I acknowledge there are sacrifices to be made here and now, it's hoped that this will bear fruit, the fruit of these decisions will come out over the next 15 years. Thank you, Chair.
Mike?
Thanks, Chair. I'm old enough to say this. Over several decades, this Labour Council, I've been here long enough, we've made some very, very difficult decisions, and brave ones, and also in the face of a lot of controversial opposition over the years. But always paramount in the mind of the members and officers was there for the benefits of the residents of Knowsley and the future generations. While you've heard all the information, I still think it's worthwhile to stress, and Councillor Connors here touched on it as well, as regards the financial restrictions that there's billions, there's billions of pounds being ripped out of the local government by this government and the cohort a few years ago. And it's forced council to think laterally, to think other ways of keeping their funds and stretching their funds, or stretching their funds out to other vital services like adult social care, education, and the young and the elderly. So, when we took this decision, it demonstrates that Knowsley is looking outside the box to secure the financial services, do all our services for the residents of Knowsley. And for restate what Councillor Collins said as he got in the report, is that risk, we're going at risk, you know, we've all got to take risk sometime. But I'll read it out. Risk is something to take, not because you believe it will fail, but because you believe it will succeed. And I am convinced what we've gone through and the information that's been given out, that we will protect 90%, up to 90% of our park for future generations of this Knowsley borough. And in conclusion, I thank the Scrutiny Commission for the comments and the wise discussion, and fully endorse the Cabinet's response.
Any other comments, Selectman? No? I've got a few slight comments. People have mentioned the fact about the funding costs that we've had over the last 7-8 years or so, nearly £100 million. We've got choices to make. We either look at releasing or surrendering 10% of our parks to keep the rest of our parks in good repair and maintenance going forward for our children's future and the future of other people that want to live in this borough. We've still got masses of green open spaces within the borough. The options could well be, if we don't make this decision today, to proceed with the original papers that was presented on the 20th of November, would possibly, we'd have to shed 43 full-time jobs, potentially close all of the one-stop shops in the borough and the contact centre, potentially close all our libraries, and stopping all of our 14 to 19-year-old services. Each and every one of them are vital to our communities. We're asking, proposing, is that for the surrender of 10% of our public open spaces, we will get, in return for that, a sustainable future for all of them parks. That's what we're being asked to consider today. So I'll put the question to you all. Do you agree our responses to the calling process that Sean has presented to us? And that we agree what was laid out in the written response that's in front of everybody, and that the original decision made on the 20th of November is the correct decision to make. Is that agreed? Now show of hands just to make sure it's clear for everyone. I've got no further business to discuss this afternoon. I thank everyone for the attendance, and thank you very much.